Now, today, if we are going to study the chapter 3, the topic is conditional instruction. So, in order to make decision making instructions are if else. What am I saying? So, in C language, we have if else and switch, and these instructions are called decision making instructions. If we will look at the syntax of if else, it will look something like this. If in parenthesis we'll like any condition to be checked, then we'll open a curly bracket, then in next line we'll write statement if condition is true, semicolon. In the next statement we'll write curly braces, and in the next line we'll write else, curly braces. In the next line we'll write statements if condition fall, not curly braces, semicolon, and in the next line we'll write curly braces. So this is complete syntax of an if else. The thing to be noted here is that the else part is optional. The program will work even if you won't write the else part. I think it will work even if you don't write if part. No, it won't work even if you don't write if part. I need to check that. Okay. Now example, int a is equals to 23, semicolon. In next line I'm writing if in parenthesis a is greater than 18, curly braces. Next line printf in a bracket in a double quotes you can drive \n and ended with semicolon and curly braces. So if you will run this program, what will happen that because the age is a is 83 and it is greater than 18, so this condition is fulfilled. If a is greater than 18 condition is fulfilled, hence it will go inside the curly braces and it will follow the instruction that is printf you can drive. Now we will learn about the relational operators. Relational operators are used to check the conditions true or false inside the if statement. What am I basically saying is that inside when you will write if, then you will in the parenthesis you are writing a condition, okay, which is so these relational operators are used to evaluate these conditions inside the if statement. For example, if I am writing a greater than equal to 20, so when I am writing a is equals to 10, so that 10 is being checked, evaluated in the if statement with the help of what? The relational operator. And what is the relational operator here? Greater than, equal to. What are the example of other relational operators? Less than, greater than, less than equal to, not equal to, and equal to. Now the thing which is different from the mathematics here is not equal to sign and equal to sign. The not equal to, for the not equal to we use an exclamation mark followed by equal to sign, and for equal to we use to equal to. If you use a single equal to, what will this single equal to do? It will assign the, for example, if you write a is equals to 3, what will this single equal to do? It will assign the value 3 to the variable a. It will not make a equal to 3. But if you will write a equal to 3, what will this operator do? This will tell us that a here is equal to 3. Okay, so basically equal to is used for assignment and double equal to is used for equality check. Another thing to be noted here is that a non-zero value is always true. Now coming to logical operators, double and or double, in Hindi we use instead of full stop we use purna viram, so 2 times use those purna viram or exclamation mark. So if you will use and it will act as a logical AND operator. So AND means multiply. Okay, so you 1 logical multiply. Okay, so 1 multiply 1 is 1, 0 multiply 1 is 0, 0 multiply 0 is 0, and those पूर्ण विराम, हिंदी वाले पूर्ण विराम, those or. So if you or, and or we have, in or we have addition. Okay, so 1 plus 1 gives us 1, logical addition. Okay, and 0 plus 1 gives us 1, and 0 plus 0 gives us 0, and exclamation mark is not. So if you write 1 exclamation mark, it will give you 0, or if you write 0 exclamation mark, it will give you the value 1. Now logical operator, what is the use of these logical operator? What these logical operator increase the readability as number of conditions decrease. For example, if I have to write that a person is if, and in the parenthesis I'm writing a person is greater than 16, and a person is greater than equal to 16, or English or, okay, less than equal to 18 if this condition, and in the curly braces I am writing printf, you can drive scooty. Okay, so instead of writing all this, I can just write if, and in the bracket if the person. So if the person, oh fuck, I cannot use if the person. Instead of if the person, I have to use a variable, for example a or age. So for example, if age, and I'll write greater than equal to sign 16, and then instead of writing or and writing all the condition, I'll just use the logical operator and not and, here I'll use or less than equal to, and age less than equal to, what am I saying? Okay, how does logical operator increase the readability as the number of condition decreases? So we were looking at it. Okay, for example, if I have to write this condition that if a person is greater than equal to 16 and less than equal to 18, then they can drive scooty. Print this. I have to write this program basically. Okay, so I had to write two conditions if I didn't have the logical operators. First, if I had to write if the person is greater than equal to 16, printf, you can write scooty, and if the person, in the next I will write that the person is less than equal to 18, you can write scooty. It has become confusing in my head. I don't know how I would have written it without logical operators, but by using logical operators, what can I do? First, I'll assign int age, comma, if in the bracket age greater than equal to 16, and here I will use and operator, that is multiplication, not fuck. Here I will use or logical operator, which is addition. So if age is greater than equal to 16 or less than age less than equal to 18, bracket close, curly braces, the person can drive a scooty, printf basically. Now another thing here is else if clause. So what happens that instead of using multiple if statements, we can use else if. Thus what we do, if instead of using multiple if, like if statements, we can use else if, and what this creates, it creates a ladder which is called if else if. For example, if I write if and in curly braces I can write something, and in the next statement I write if this else if, and in curly braces I write this. So this else if can be used multiple times. Okay, and in the last else I'll write else, And also I had already told you that else is optional. Okay. And when is else executed? Else is only executed when all the conditions fail. Okay. I had already taught you about the priorities of the operator. Let's look at this again. We have added some more to the list. Number 1 priority is given to not, that is the exclamation mark. Number 2 is multiplication divide modulus. Number 3 is plus and minus. Number 4 is greater than, equal to, less than, equal to, greater than and less than. Number 5 is double equal to and not equal to, that is the exclamation equal to sign and double equal to sign. Number 6 is logical and, that is two and sign. Number 7 is logical or, that is two what are those called, yeah, Poorn Viram sign. And number 8 is equal to. Now there is also a way of writing shorthand if else, like instead of writing the whole syntax, we can write the condition. For example, a, in the bracket I'm writing a less than 5. This is a condition. After that I have written the condition, I can use question mark. Okay, how we use the question mark, and after the question mark I'll use expression if true. For example, what I mean by it is, I'll give an example. I'll write an expression if true. After this expression I'll use semicolon, and after this I'll write expression if false. So this question mark and this semicolon are ternary operators. Okay, and how will I write this in an actual program? I will write it as, in a bracket I'll write a less than 5, question mark, printf in a bracket, this is expression if true. Okay, in semicolon I write a is less than 5. Okay, and after in double quotes I'll write a less than 5. Then after that I'll use semicolon and I'll write printf in parenthesis, I'll write in double quotes a is greater than 5 and semicolon, sorry, what is this called? Yes, semicolon. Now we will come at switch case control instruction. So we are reading conditional instruction. We have read if else, we have read else if, we have read if else, we have read else if. Now we are going to switch case condition. So what is the use of these switch cases? Switch case control instruction helps us when we have to make choice between number of alternatives of a given variable. A की value, A has value 2, A has value 3, A has value 4. Okay, so if we have to choose from these alternatives, different alternatives, we use switch case. The thing to be noted here is that in if else and else if, we use a range, like if A is greater than 2 or A is less than equal to 2 or 18 or so on. But in switch cases we use a particular alternative, like if age is equals to 18, then print this. I'm not telling you the exact sentence, but I'm just telling you the logic. Now how is the syntax? Syntax is you write switch and in parenthesis you write the integer expression, then you open a curly bracket, then you write case, you write a constant value. We were talking about the switch case syntax. So you'll write switch and in the parenthesis you'll write integer expression. In curly braces you'll write case and k in front of case, after the space you'll write constant value, for example 2. Then you'll use what are those called, 2 dots. I'm not remembering. In the next line you'll write the code, whichever thing has to be executed, printed or whatever you want, and you'll end it with semicolon, and so on. These cases will go, and in the last you'll write default and you'll use those 2 dots, and in the last line in the next line you'll write the code, and you'll use a semicolon, and at the end you'll use curly braces, and then you'll end it. Okay, so the in front of case you'll write constant value, and the code that we are saying here, it could be any valid code that you want to be executed when that case is satisfied. So what happens here is that the value of integer expression, whatever is written inside the switch and the integer expression, is matched against the case 1 or case 2, and if it's matched, then the code is executed. And what happens that, for example, you have written case 1, case 2, case 3, and let's say that the integer expression matches at case 1. So what will happen, it will execute case 1, and all the cases afterwards, case 1 also will get executed. So if you want that, then well and good, but if you don't want that, what you do that after each and every code that you have written in cases, you'll use a function that is called break and semicolon. Okay, and what does this break do? It helps the program take an exit as soon as the case matches with the printing subsequent case or definition. For example, as soon as, for example, let's say that the case matches with case 1. So as soon as it matches, it will exit the loop, not loop here, but it will exit the switch, and it will come to the end. Okay, it will not execute case 2, case 3 or default. It will just come to the end and return, it will just come to the end and end the program. Now cases can be written in any order. It's not like you have to write case 1, case 2, case 3. You can write case 3 or then case 2, then case 4. Okay, and char values are allowed. For example, what I'm basically saying that switch, I have written switch, and in the parenthesis I said that you have to write integer expression, but I'm saying that here the character values are allowed. Why are they allowed? Because character values in C languages are C language are evaluated as an integer. And also a switch can occur within another, but it is rarely done. You can create a switch inside another switch. Okay, but it just makes things unpleasant and complicated, and it's rarely done. Oh, a thing to be noted here is that when we write in double quotes %d, it's not equal to double quotes %d comma and a. Okay, in double quotes you have to just write %d, and the value of which will be written here, that value which will be written here, that's address will be and a, and it will be written not inside the double quotes, it will be written outside it, and these two things, the %d thing and the address of a, will be separated by a single comma. I was making this mistake multiple times. With this our chapter ends, and we will go to some, what are these called, exercises. Now coming to the questions, we have to write a program to find grade of a student given his marks based on below. Let's say that the marks of the students lie in the range 90 to 100 grade A, 90 to 80 grade B, 70 to 80 grade C, and less than 70 fail. So generally we started with the int marks. I'm not writing the boilerplate, more on that later. Semicolon, printf, what are your marks? Semicolon, scanf, %d, comma, and marks. Then we will write if the condition marks less than equal to 100 and greater than equal to, sorry, not greater than 90, then not then. If condition is marks, then in curly braces we'll write statement, that is printf, you have grade A, statement closed. If second condition, marks greater than marks less than equal to 90 and greater than 80, printf, your grade is B. Similarly, if marks greater than less than 80, greater than 70, printf, your grade is C. If marks less than equal to 70, printf, you have failed. We are failing even the 70 marks, person who have obtained 70 marks. So what will be the output of the program if I have written int a is equals to 10 semicolon, if in the bracket I have written a equals to 11 and I have written printf I am 11, else printf I am not 11. So most of the people will think that here, since we had earlier said that a equal to 10, hence a is not equal to 11, hence the answer will be I am not 11. But you are wrong, my sir, you're wrong, sir and ma'am. What will happen here, that we have to go back to the basics, that is equal to assigns and double equal to does equality check. So when I had written int a is equals to 10, it was just assigning a value, that is 10, and it doesn't mean that a's value is fixed. A is a variable and it has been assigned a value 10. And when I had written my if clause, in the parenthesis I had written a equal to 11, so I am assigning a value of 11 to a here. Okay, and now since this condition is met, so what will be printed? It will be printed I am 11, not I am not 11. Okay, so I hope it's a basic question, but it's tricky. So now let's say we have to write a program to find out whether a student has passed or failed. If it is required at least 40%, in total they need 40% and at least 30% in each subject to pass. So, okay, and we are assuming 3 subjects and we are taking marks from the input. So the program, the idea behind it is, first we'll enter marks in maths, then we'll scan the marks, then we'll write marks in Hindi, and scanf will basically scan 3 numbers from the user. Okay, and now we will start our if clause. So I was assuming that the marks that the each paper is of 100 marks. Okay, so what I have written is, if in the bracket I have written maths greater than equal to 33 and English is greater than equal to 33 and Hindi is greater than equal to 33 and in the bracket I have written maths plus Hindi plus English greater than equal to 120, printf, you have passed the exam, else printf, go study, you have failed the exam. Okay, why are we using and? Because and is logically multiply and it gives us true value only and only when all the conditions are met. Coming to the second question, yeah, it was a bit tricky and I have not done it. I'll do it again. Actually, the question is saying that calculate the income tax paid by the employee to the government as per the slabs mentioned. So it was saying that income slab 2.5 lakh to 5 lakh, 5%, 5 lakh to 10 lakh, 20%, above 10 lakh, 30%. And below 2.5 lakh, no tax. So we had to take the income from income as an input from the user, and we had to tell how much tax he will pay. So what I had done was, I had written simple like printf what is your salary, and then I had scanned a salary, and the cases that I had created was if else, and in if I had just written that if salary is greater than equal to 2.5 and less than 5.0, then you have to pay I had written percent f tax, and percent f is equals to after comma I had written 0.05, that is 5% into salary, and salary was something that I was scanning from the person, and so on. I had written the program. But when Mr. Harry Mr. Code with Harry sir did this program, what he did was he said that, for example, a person is earning, let's say 6 lakh. So he said that till 5 lakh 5% tax will be imposed, okay, and above 5 lakh he has like 1 lakh more income, and in this 1 lakh 20% tax will be imposed. So it became quite complicated for me, and I thought I'll do it later, and I've not done it. I'll do this, and I'll pin the, what is that called, program in the comment section, okay? Do it. Next question we have is write a program to find whether a year entered by user is a leap year or not. Take year as an input from user. So you have to find whether the year you are taking from the user is a leap year or not. So a leap year, if an year is divisible by 4, okay, and divisible, sorry, if an year is divisible by 400, fuck, it's a leap year. If an year is divisible by 4, okay, it's a leap year. Okay, I'm sorry. If a non-century year, what are non-century year? The years which don't have 00 at the end. So if non-century years are divisible by 4, then they are leap year, and if a century year is divisible by 400, then it's a leap year, else it is a non-leap year. So I had written the program, but I can't recall it right now. What program did I write? So basically we have to scan a value. Let's say the user gave me 400, so since it is divisible by 400, hence a leap year, else, okay, so I think I can do it like this. If in the bracket I'll write the year which has been scanned year modulus 400 equals to 0, then it's a leap year. The condition I'll write, else if year so yes, I was talking about so there is question number 4, question number 5, and question number 6, and I'll write the program in the comment section, okay? This video is becoming too long and unnecessary.